How you doing, everyone? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, and we're on location.
Yes, we
The
are.
Verizon store, Dulles 28. Thank you to Verizon for having us here. You got a nice little crowd. How you guys doing?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Oh my. Whoa.
I would say I hope better after last night. I understand.
Slow down.
You know one thing about a loss, it brings out a little pain in people. So I understand.
You were talking about pain 2 weeks ago on the show.
And now it's reoccurring pain. I mean, it's chronic. Yeah, that's what they
Not going away. Regular visits.
Yes.
We do have a great show, though. We got Gary Clark is here.
Super Bowl winner.
We got Shawn Springs.
Not a Super Bowl winner.
We got Tana.
Not a Super Bowl winner.
Doug Williams.
Super Bowl winner.
There we go.
Yeah.
Finish strong with the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
So also, if you're at your local Verizon store, you're going to see something like this, all right? All you got to do is scan it with your QR code. You can enter a sweepstakes, number one, and if you activate a new smartphone or an internet connection, you can get $50 off your first bill. So it's a good deal either way.
Well, you know, I still got like the iPhone 11. Should I upgrade to the iPhone 17?
I think you should downgrade. Keep it simple. Let's get you an LG chocolate. Sidekick. So how are you feeling this morning? Because, look, it was a tough game on Sunday Night Football. It's not what we expected. We thought there was something in the air, and instead we're just kind of having to process everything.
Mentally hurt.
Okay.
You know, physically, emotionally hurt. You know, we took one of those, and I've been a part of games like that where we have a primetime game, and from the beginning to the end, we're just not in it. Like, we're not in it emotionally. We're not in it physically. The game plan was a perfect game plan against us. So it was one of them things. We were fighting an uphill battle from the time the game started, and we could never catch back up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, in the first 5 minutes, you kind of knew, like, this is just not
going our way.
Yeah,
it's not going our way. And it was one of them things where Sam Darnold dressed up as Dan Marino for Halloween.
His career arc is wild.
No. His career arc, to me, is the perfect career arc for a quarterback. It's this thing where
I love his story.
Every time they think they draft for a quarterback in the top 5, he got to be instant grits. He got to be instant ready right now. That ain't the way football players go. You got to go through some ups and downs. You got to go through some things and learn from them things. And now, on the other end of that, hatches a Baker Mayfield. On the end of that, hatches a Sam Darnold. Like, that's what changes. That what gives you Indiana Jones with somebody willing to give these guys a second and a third chance to prove that I could play this game and I matured. You don't quit on a teenager because they make mistakes. You understand they're going to mature eventually, and when they do mature, they're going to find a product.
Isn't it crazy, too? Like, early in his career, remember he was on the sideline? He was like, I'm seeing ghosts out there.
Yeah.
And then when he got mono that one time,
they
put up the graphic that said mono. And I'm like, this is what this cat is known for. But now he's turned all that around.
Maybe he heard us, Jinx.
Maybe
we
did.
did talk about that in the podcast. Like, I hope you see ghosts again. I hope you wear the Jets jersey.
No.
The guy got mono. I think he took it out on the team. It might be our fault.
I mean, it was perfect in the first half. He looked really good.
No, literally did not miss a pass.
No, quite literally perfect.
Did not miss a pass in the first half. And Jackson Smith and Jigma.
That dude, I heard you guys talking on the Command Center podcast, and it was really interesting, is that back in the day, and we still see this at times, you know, if you're looking for like a prototypical X receiver, right?
Yeah.
They have to have a certain size, look a certain way. These new cats like Ibuka, like JNS, they're just different. It's all about being precise and doing the receiver things.
And it's all about being able to play all three. All three positions, slot, X, Z. They can do anything. So now we as the defensive back in the defense, we got to play where's Waldo. And what if I got a corner that's manned up on him that can't play inside?
Yeah.
Now he ain't available to go inside with him. They move him outside. They moved him in the backfield. They moved him everywhere. They understand that people going to zero in on him, especially when the Western receiver was hurt, zero in on him, try to take him out the game. We're going to make it impossible for you to take him out the game because we're going to move him all over the formation. And it just made it hard on us, man. And plus, Kenny Walker, that running game, Charbonnet, that offensive line, but that Seahawks defense, I thought they came to play last night, Jinx.
Well, you know how it is. We always want to hear from you guys. So you can give us a call on the house phone, 703.
Yes, we do got a house phone.
726. 7419. Or you can email us if you want to be new age 2025, WashingtonGetLoud@gmail.com. We insisted on a house phone, and then Anna said, guys.
Yes, because I remember sitting
it's not
by that house
1985.
phone and just waiting.
Yeah, right.
It was something to the grandeur of it, just waiting on the call to come through. So, yes, we do have a house phone. We're taking it back to the basics.
Yep. Anna is here, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. We'll get a camera on her. Oh, you want to come in, Anna? You want to say hello? She's like, no. No, thanks.
Yes, Anna really hates the camera. For her to work in the camera business, she hates the camera. Yeah. Wrong business.
Okay, let's see. Amanda's here. We got new member of the team here.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Everybody's here.
Yeah. Most definitely.
How are the fans doing? Because we always check in with the fans. We want to hear from you guys, but you heard them specifically on the post-game radio show last night.
Yeah, they're not doing well.
Yeah, I thought so.
They're not doing well. I tried to talk them off the ledge. It was one of those things where hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
Why this? Why that? And I say, how many times have we seen Tom Brady go to the end, Peyton Manning go to the end, win, lose, or draw? They're just a football mentality. They're just who we are. And of course, they're emotionally all over the place because I told them, y'all comparing this year to last year when these teams are two different teams. Plus, this team that we got this year, they haven't practiced or played, did anything together fully intact.
Everybody's been injured.
Everybody's been injured. You get one guy back, you lose two. You get two guys back, you lose three. When you're doing that, you can't get any consistency on any side of the ball.
Yeah.
Offense, defense. Now, I was really disappointed in the special team because they have been the beacon, game in and game out. And last night, they did not come to play.
It's probably the one place I would say all year long, we're going into every game, I feel like we've had the advantage.
No, we had the advantage.
Yeah.
But you come out and McCaffrey get hurt. There go another one. Not only does he take away from the special team, but now where's your other wide receiver? Now another wide receiver that hadn't planned to play that much had to play a full game. So because of effect of these injuries and these lingering injuries, and these are not dings. This is not.
These are season ending.
Yeah, this is not a bang my knee up. Give me a couple of days. I'll let you know how I feel. This is the doctor's coming in and he's not going to be able to play for 2 months. Yeah. That's totally different. And if you're a coach, you're trying to reach and troubleshoot. If you're a GM, you're trying to find talent, and you're trying to find talent in the middle of the year. If that talent was starter talent, it wouldn't be at home right now.
Well, we can't bury the lead here because we saw JD5 go down in the fourth quarter, dislocated elbow. We're still waiting to find out what that means for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It certainly doesn't look good. And when you lose
no, take that back.
Okay.
Cup half full. That's how I live.
Okay.
It was not his throwing arm.
That's true.
It was his left arm. So if you got to take anything away from it, he still can throw the ball. Yeah. All right, and that's gonna heal faster because he don't need that arm. So if I could say anything about it is, thank God it wasn't.
Thank God it wasn't
arm.
that. But don't you think that would be bulky if he had to wear like a massive brace?
Have you seen Santana's arm? It's the same. He got a case of Santana mouse on, right?
Santana's catching strays all of a sudden.
I'm just saying. At the end of the day, he could come back faster from a non-throwing arm than he can from arm. But then you got to ask yourself,
why?
And can he protect himself? That's the whole thing.
Well, would you want to even put him in that situation? I think that's what it comes down to. When you take a step back and look at the season as a whole, would you even put a guy who's that banged up in that role? Probably
left
not.
leg, right leg.
Yeah,
but like I said,
preserve him.
I said if you can always look for a silver lining, and if it's a silver lining, it's his non-throwing arm. That's the silver lining to me. Cup half full.
I will say it does speak to the kind of person he is, which is a good transition to Art Monk too. And we're going to talk about that because it was his night last night.
That was the best part of last night. If I could say they did that with class, dignity. It looked good on TV. It was perfect. And we got the soft-spoken man to actually speak.
I know.
Like, people don't understand. Art doesn't talk.
He was talking in Legends Plaza. I was like, is that Art? And he was speaking to everybody.
No. He was speaking to everybody. He had that energy. He knew everybody was there to celebrate him. And think about it. You walk into a building with 80,000 people in it, and they there to celebrate you. How that's a very, situation where you feel appreciated. And you want them to know you feel appreciated.
I'll say, too, I was really, I don't want to say taken aback. I was very affected by how much his teammates love him. We talked to Rip. We talked to Doug Williams. We talked to Gary Clark. We talked to Beamich. We talked to you. Everybody we talked to, the first thing they would say is, oh, let me talk to you about Art Monk, the man. Let me immediately.
Yes. That just means he treated people like you want to be treated. That's the golden rule. It don't take much energy to do that. And then with him being a quiet, calm soul that just say, I just want to play football, you can respect that because everybody got their points on the team where here go your loud guy, here go your energy guy, here go your leader guy, here go your quiet guy that just leads by example. Yeah. Well, that's what Art Monk was. And you got to realize this. Art Monk was the Jerry Rice of the NFL when he retired.
People don't realize
that because he don't sell himself.
Right.
Like they always say, how can I buy the oranges off the truck? I don't know you're selling them. And one thing about it is the wide receivers that talk, they sell themselves. They sell their past, they sell their future, they sell their now. And he just never been one of those guys. And I think that kind of affected how long it took him to get into the Hall of Fame because he was not on the business of selling Art Monk. He was on the business of selling the Washington football team at that time.
And this is when comparing eras gets a little dicey because it's easy to forget if you're of a younger generation that back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, this was a running back league.
Yeah.
People ran the ball first. Now it's a passing league. First, back in the day, it was, do you have a bell count running back like a Rigo? Let's feed him, then we'll throw the ball. So in today's day and age, Art would have gone nuts.
No. And you got to realize it wasn't but two teams that was really running and gunning at that time. It was that Washington team and it was the Houston Oilers.
That's right.
With Warren Moon and Haywood Jeffries. They was the team.
Oh, that's a good pull. Haywood Jeffries,
They was pushing the ball and spreading the ball out. And they got to realize when Ricky came, Ricky was an H-back. They only made Ricky this slot because they couldn't get him off the field because every time he got on the field, he started to make plays. So Coach Gibb switched from the two tight ends to putting that H-back in and saying, no, you're not an H-back, you're the third wide receiver.
Well, we got the Lions coming up. We also, before we get to that, we'll talk about that game with the Legends coming in here to Verizon at $28.
Yeah.
How about C. Michael Henson dropping by last night? The man who created the Get Loud theme song.
The jingle maker.
The jingle maker.
He's the jingle maker. hey, thank you, C. Michael, man. Thank you for that's what this show does, I think, better than any show. We really include the fans in this show.
No doubt.
They basically made the jingle. They do a little, they got their own segment on our show, so they tells you everything about it. We're very fan invested, so.
Absolutely. Got some announcements for you. The Commanders will be hosting a food drive on November 9th at the Lions game to benefit Joint Base, Anacostia Bowling, Top 3 Food Pantry, and other local pantries as well. Going to be a great event. Bring your non-perishable food items to the gates F&G at Legends Plaza. This initiative is supported by our good friends at Verizon. Come on out to your local Verizon store.
Yeah.
Get that $50 off if you activate a phone or if you activate your internet, or you can enter a sweepstakes as well.
This is a day of giving.
It is a day. We don't need a holiday to give.
Did Thanksgiving come early or something? Are we just skipping it and going right to Christmas?
Let me tell you one thing. As soon as Halloween ended, the first commercial I saw was, hey, hope you enjoyed your Halloween. Time to get your stocking stuffer. So I was like, man, already.
Listen, first thing I saw was pumpkin spice latte, and I was about to throw up in my mouth. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to drink and eat pumpkin for 2 months. I'm just not going to do it.
I have never met anyone who hates pumpkin as much as you.
No, I'm the only one that's willing to speak it out loud.
Okay.
Here go the thing about it is, you don't have to hate something to just not pay it attention.
Right.
Like you don't pay it attention for 12 months. Nobody wakes up in April and say, spring here, let me go get some pumpkin soup. No, nobody does that. But soon as November comes, soon as October comes, it's just pumpkin there. I can't walk in the Wawa without pumpkin. I can't walk nowhere, Walmart, nowhere. So, yeah, I do get a little hot and frustrated about that.
I can tell.
Yeah.
A lot of great guests coming up. Before that, we got to pay some bills.
All right.
Ready to do that?
You ought to pay her.
All right, let's do it. Guys, the Get Loud podcast is presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of Hail to the Commanders, and here to help you experience all the action this season, from football to funk and any other live event. SeatGeek has the ticket. SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of your Washington Commanders.
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah, you know, one thing about SeatGeek, a lot of concerts. I really enjoy the concert part of it. And, you know, I don't know if you watched the best World Series, I think, to ever be played.
It was incredible.
It was the best World Series ever. And to watch that and watch them be so petty with the Kendrick Lamar post is so good.
Social media teams knocking it out of the park, man. They've been great. We promised the Legends, and we were just saying, when you and me were up here, everybody was checking out all the merchandise.
They was
Like,
changing
look at this
motors
plant.
and carburetors, all kinds of stuff.
We brought the Legends up. It was like, oh, it's time to pay attention.
No. We brought greatness up.
That's right.
We brought rings up. We brought people that they could time stamp in history. We brought a history that they loved back. It's a lot of nostalgia with these guys.
Be honest. You brought Doug Williams up. Let's just be honest.
Gary Clark.
I appreciate you guys trying to throw me in there with that. You brought Doug Williams up.
No.
You part of it, man.
I've been saying, if we can't bring y'all up without putting y'all together. Like I told him yesterday, one of the best parts of my day yesterday was seeing the posse together when y'all did the interview for the pregame show. Because the last time we seen y'all all on a football field together with the word Washington on it, y'all was holding up trophies. Like that was a whole different time. So to see all of y'all back together yesterday was paying homage to greatness.
Yeah. Well, great to have you guys. What is it like for you? Because after all this time, I think we all get a real joy of seeing how close you guys still are to this day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's almost like we pick right up.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's a year, 5 years, 2 years, we pick right up where we're at. I mean, it's just, but for Art to have that special day, that's long overdue, by the way.
Yeah.
It's long overdue for him to have that special day and to be able to still be a part of that special day with him was spectacular. And quite honestly, that's the most I've ever seen him talk.
The whole day, right?
Since I've known him. You know, and even he had a smile on his face because it's something well done.
And it was short.
Yeah.
It wasn't long, it was
Yeah.
short. But you know what, though? You know, when the guys that I see, whether I played with them or didn't play with them, it's just a good feel. Just like you, Smooth.
Yeah.
I know you play here.
Yeah.
To me, I played with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my mentality.
Yeah.
And had an opportunity to play with Gary and Art Monk, man, and Ricky Sanders. You know, I'm 3 of the best receivers to ever come through the league.
Yeah.
As a whole, when you look at it,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could put 3 guys on the field at the same time with the ability that these guys have.
Yeah.
And Art Monk is in the Hall of Fame, and Gary
It
Clark,
should be there.
some of the guys I see that go to the Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
somewhere in the world that Gary shouldn't be considered.
Yeah. I can't get over seeing all y'all together, but it showed me what a locker room was, because we all got a on-field responsibility and a locker room responsibility. So you got Art Monk, who this quiet assassin. Then you got Gary, who is this firecracker, all right?
Who's the instigator?
He's the firecracker. Then you got Ricky, who's the talker.
Rick, they call him Slick Rick for a reason.
And why is that?
Because he's slick and doing what he's
Doing
doing.
it. Yeah. So they all got these different things that they
And
brought
he was
to the
Doug's
table.
favorite receiver.
Was he Doug's favorite receiver?
100%.
All right, Doug, tell us, because I asked this thing, situational. Did you go to them situational where you were like, all right, this is a jump ball. I might finna go to Art. All right, I need a quick dig route, an in route, a post route. I'm finna go to Gary. Ricky does this better, so I'm gonna go to him in this situation. Did you have that, or you just let the play take you where you wanted to?
Let me say this. You know, Joe Gibbs designed plays for all of them, number one.
Yeah.
Gary Clark, to this day, I've never seen a defensive back put his hand on Gary at the line of scrimmage.
So he wasn't gonna get touched at the line.
I never seen it. I don't think he had the backbone.
Yeah,
The way I
clean
see
release,
it.
yeah.
No, I don't. I
The
mean,
jellyfish.
The way he leaned back and curled and all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah.
You know, Charlie Ten Hitch with this guy here.
Yeah.
Man, it was a joy to get the ball to his hand as quick as you could.
Yeah.
Because he can do so many things with him. You know, Art Monk was that big guy. Mm-hmm. He was going to win because of his size.
Yeah.
And he had that ability to push off.
Was it that deep comeback?
Oh, they come back in the Super Bowl, man. That was a joy. Just to see him go up and threw it high.
Yeah.
He went up over the guy and took off down the field. Them the kind of receivers we had, though.
Yeah, it was y'all and like I was saying, the Houston Oilers, to me, was the first to really implement the 3 wide receiver set that run and gun. But y'all was still running the ball, pounding the ball.
Well, Joe Gibbs believed. He always told us during the week, if we can gain 150 yards on the ground, we can control the football game.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. He was going to run the football.
Regardless.
He was going to run the football. It don't matter. Because Gary Clark, sometimes we go in heavy package.
Yeah.
And this guy on the sideline, I can't say some of the things he said.
He losing his mind.
but the thing about it, he was walking behind Coach Gibbs.
No, giving it to him.
That coach heard every word he was saying, and that coach just stood there with his hand like this, and Gary just saying, "We got 3 All-Pros. You got them big old words on the field." You know, he was pounding the ball.
No, I totally understand.
That was that 88 season, though.
Yeah.
It sucked in 1988, by the way.
Well, when did you know? Like, when did you know? You look around, you think, I think we got something really special here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for my first Super Bowl was with Dougie, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When Dougie came in the second half of the season and became our leader,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you start to feel like things were starting to change then because all of a sudden we started winning more games. Just got that too, and then by the time we hit the playoffs, we was at full spout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to hit the playoffs doing this.
Yeah.
Who was the quarterback that Doug replaced?
Jay Schroeder.
Jay Schroeder. So did Doug just have more arm that opened up the rest
No,
of the
they all
field?
had cannons. And one thing about all our quarterbacks, Joe T out of everybody probably had the smallest cannon, but even Joe T had a cannon too.
Yeah.
But he was athletic. Joe T was
but
athletic.
Mark, Rip, and
Yeah.
my guy right here,
Yeah.
bullets. Bullets. Like, you know when Doug was playing for Tampa?
Yeah.
He's laying on his butt. Laying on his butt, and he throws an outright to the receiver in the end zone, hitting him perfectly. Right then and there, I was like, that's a monster. That's a monster
Got
right
that
there.
whip on his arm.
How do you throw sitting down?
Yeah.
With the same velocity as if you were standing up. This gentleman here and the line, offensive line loved him.
Yeah.
But people forget, Doug really hurt his knee in Super Bowl 22.
Huh.
Like typically, Most guys would not have came back and played.
No, Doug, he couldn't go back to Louisiana with that hurt knee. Doug knew he wasn't going to be accepted if he left out that game.
But after that happened, he didn't get touched again.
Yeah.
Wow.
He didn't get touched again after that. After that happened, but the line they loved Dougie. They just really did.
I think Gary hit the nail on the head. It was the offensive line. When you talk about gelling, I mean, you can't win no games without the trenches.
Them hogs.
Defense and offense.
Yeah.
And in that Super Bowl, our defense played lights out.
Mm-hmm.
We had, 3 interceptions?
Yeah, crazy. After that, we got
Barry Wilborn, the cornerback.
Yeah.
I mean, they smothered the receivers, the defense, and Evan Walton shattered the airway.
Yeah.
He couldn't get out the pocket.
Yeah.
Everywhere he went, Evan Walton was there. Our defense and our interior linemen, I think, was the key to that football game. One time I turned around on a 50 bang.
Yeah.
You heard the 50
Yeah,
bang,
most
right?
definitely. I had to chase them 50 bangs 100 times.
I turned around and handed the ball to Timmy Smith.
Yeah.
And I looked, man, it was a hole so big, I could have picked up 20 yards.
No, that was the day of Timmy Smith.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
man.
Most definitely. That line of scrimmage y'all had, you were right. Them Hogs, they moved people. They understood if we win this trench warfare, we'll win this game.
They're telling the Denver Broncos linemen what play we're going to run.
Is
They're
that
telling
right?
them that the line. I mean, this is only like my 3rd year in the league. You know, my first Super Bowl. So I'm not going to
the
be
Super
like,
Bowl.
Shut.
Not a
I'm like,
preseason.
shut up. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I mean, it's freaking me out. But I get it.
Yeah.
They had perfected their craft so well that they know I can tell you what I'm going to do.
Nobody can stop
and
us
there's
but
nothing
us.
you're going to be able to do about
Yeah.
it.
And he said that we ran a counterplay. Jake Jacoby.
Yeah.
This is honest God truth. You know, Big Jake at the left tackle.
Yeah.
Man, he came around and sealed everybody in.
Yeah.
Timmy Smith did not get touched, not even a hand on him going through the line of scrimmage.
That's always a happy running back. One that don't get touched.
He did not get touched.
Let me ask you about Joe Jacoby because he's made it through the Senior Hall of Fame committee.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy, finally.
Finally.
And what do you remember from him? That's just one great story where this is a guy who should have been in a long time ago.
And I agree with you. He talking about he's in the final 9. He should already be in there.
Yeah.
To be honest
For
with
sure.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason why the offensive line that we had here, it shouldn't be at least 2 or 3 guys,
in there.
that's in the Hall of Fame. And
Yep.
Jake Jacoby is one of them. You know, you think about Jake.
He should have been the first, quite honestly.
No.
Yeah.
He should have.
Yeah, that's
Jake,
right.
Jake was the only guy that I know Joe Gibb left alone with Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Nobody else gonna be
Nobody else in the
tight
league.
end over there.
Nobody else in the
No,
league.
Joe is the only guy to block Lawrence Taylor one-on-one.
Yeah. And usually when a group get a name, Fun Bunch, Posse, the Hogs, like once you get a name, y'all are a staple. Like the steel curtain in Pittsburgh. How many of the steel curtain is
Just
in
about
there?
all of them.
All of them. So now you're going to give me the excuse of, no, we already got one in. We can't put the other in. No, it's a group effort, and that's why I don't take excuses.
So when you look at other guys who have been close to that Hall of Fame level, like a London, like a B. Mitch, what do you think when you think about those guys as players? It's kind of criminal that we're still talking about them maybe getting in.
Yeah,
You know, when you think about Flesh made every tackle that could be made on the field.
His entire career.
Second to Ray Lewis in every
That's what I'm saying,
stat,
every
every
tackle that
statistic.
can be made.
Yeah.
If you take Brian Mitchell, you putting special team players in?
Yeah.
And Brian Mitchell not in there?
Second to Jerry Rice in total yards. I don't need to say nothing else.
It's already been said.
And the one thing about B. Mitch, he has scored in the NFL every physical way possible. He has returned punts, he has returned kickoffs, he has thrown a touchdown,
And
he has
caught a
ran a
touchdown.
touchdown, he has caught a touchdown, he has made tackles on special teams. It's the only stat he don't got that you can get is a interception because I think he got a fumble recovery on
Kick
kickoff.
any field goals, though.
Then the body bag game, he might have kicked the field goal because I know he played quarterback that game. So when you get a guy like this, and he said this the other day, and I laughed at him, he is the original Slash. He is the original Slash player to the NFL, but they wasn't giving special team players their props until they finally got Delvin Hester in there. And I think that guilty conscience said, we might have should have reshuffled this deck and
And
put
got
him
Brian
in
at first.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then him.
Well, before we let you go, when a season isn't trending the right way, how do you pull together as a locker room and say, all right, we've had a lot of injuries, this isn't going how we expected, but we still have football left, let's get it done?
I think number one, it depends on the coaching staff and the players.
Yeah.
And I think we got the type of players that in this dressing room that understands that. They know that some of the things that have happened with the injuries and all that, they're not going to use it as an excuse.
Can't control it.
They got to continue to play football, and I think they're going to do that. I think the leadership in the locker room is going to allow those guys to do that.
And I think it's the most important because the players turn it around.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. The players turn it around because you can coach me.
Yeah.
But I'm the player on the field, and when I'm the player on the field, I'm the coach on the field as well.
Yeah.
So I have to see what's going on. And I think at some point in time, we all go through times when you're not playing as well as you like to play.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the team gets together and they have a meeting. They have a meeting to keep the coaches out of it. They have their own meeting where they sit down and be like, okay, guys, this is what we need to do to do better.
Sure.
You know, and the first thing is going to be when you see practice is over, how many of those players stay after practice to work on their craft? You cannot become great at your craft unless you really put in the work. Practice is practice, but you're individually working on your craft. What you got to do to be better is really important, becoming spectacular. Great. And I think that's what they will be doing.
I always say when players go down, it's a chance for somebody to make themselves a household name. And I always say to the second and third string player, I remember when I sat down with Darryl Green when I was a rookie, when I first got here, and I asked Darryl, how do you play for 20-plus years? He say, what's my backup name? And I don't know his name. He like, that's why I play this long. Don't let the backup play. So now I'm telling the backups, now that you got a chance to play, show
play.
them why. Beware of the backup. Right now, you make a name for yourself.
We love doing this pod, and we always love when the legends show up, guys. Thanks so much.
They make it easy.
Yeah, they do.
My pleasure.
Yes, they do. Welcome back to the Get Loud podcast, presented by SeatGeek. Thanks to our good friends at Verizon here at 28 Dulles. Oh, look at this. Our good friends.
The
Tana,
ringless ones.
The
Don,
good guys.
How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Come and liven it up a little bit.
Hey, we gotta bring some professionalism on the show.
That's right.
They
Tighten it
already
up a little
joking.
bit.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling after Sunday night's game? I
don't know why you smiling so much after a loss like that, man. Why are you
Because the one
smiling
thing,
so much?
because I'm a cup half full guy. All right.
Okay.
All right. The injury to Jay. It
Yep.
hurts my heart, but the silver lining, it wasn't his throwing arm.
Yeah.
All right. So eventually he will get better. Now we did on national TV get beat by your old prior team.
Yep.
All right? Sam Donald came out there, looked like Dan Marino. We feel like we could not stop him. Their defense looks ferocious. They played a hell of a game.
JSN is much watched TV out there.
Yeah, I'm
last
just
night.
saying. But all of us have been in games where it got out of hand and it got out of hand quick. But we had to keep playing.
Yeah.
So it's a mentality of a football player. Take yourself there last
No,
night.
tell me this. No, we've been there. That felt like that
Philadelphia Eagles
Eagles
game? Yeah.
Monday night game.
Yeah.
Like watching it. But at the same time, I think, man, I feel like this season has almost been like that. You know what I mean? And especially with just the players that we lose week after week after week. It's always somebody new every week. And last night it was 3 different guys. Watching it, man, it was at times I had hope. I had like, okay, you made a couple plays here, and then we
Penalties.
like we talked about not beating ourselves, not shooting ourselves in the foot, winning the turnover battle. When you put yourself behind the 8 ball in both of those areas,
it's
it's
tough to
almost
win.
impossible. you know?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I had a meter in my head. If I felt like the game was getting out of control, I would look over at Smooth. He know what I was about to do. I'm about to make a play.
And I know that play is.
I'm about to jump something. Now he'll tell you.
No. The one thing about Blue, he will get aggressive when he feel like the game finna get out of hand. Because I understand.
Somebody got to make a play.
Yeah, I always understood his mentality because it's like, all right, if I don't make no play now, we finna go down by 20 anyway.
Yeah.
So I might as well sit on this ball instead of like playing
Nah,
on tight.
ain't no Jackson Smith and Zigma. We double teaming him and he getting off. Sam Donald, there's gonna be a chance taken by one of us in the back end, and he know why we be looking at Shawn or Ryan like, hey, listen. Somebody about to make a play.
We all talk about the part of overcoming coaching and offensively sometimes you can just like you have to wait because it's not in your hands to really dictate when
It's
the ball's
harder to
coming
do
your
that
way.
on offense than it is
Defensively,
defense.
I've always said that I've seen guys. I remember talking to S-Dot on the plane talking about, oh man, look, coach told me to play this way on the tight end. I said scrap that. I'm playing the opposite way.
I'm gonna play the
and I made a
outside.
play.
Yeah.
So when you see that at times, you would think guys are doing that.
Well,
but at times I feel like guys have been doing that outright, and then that's when you see us getting
Make
gassed.
mistakes.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? So
I was going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's
no.
fascinating. Like, you're like, all right, I got to make a play, but can you press too much and all of a sudden you're not?
No,
out of position.
I think the plays are calculated. Like a lot of times when we say make a play, we know that certain things is that you're going to see. Right?
You got to
Like,
make the play inside of the
scheme,
defensive
inside
call.
the
Yeah,
scheme.
inside the call.
But you got to have that attitude in
Yeah.
your mind. Like, listen, somebody got to be out here that's
Yeah.
going to willing to make a play, and that happens. Give a lot of credit to Seattle last night because coming into it. When we talked about it on the podcast, we were like, Sam Donald's solid. He's good. Is this going to be the Sam Donald that was great in Minnesota? Last 2 playoff games was great, and now he's playing very well in Seattle. But that defense was just outstanding.
And,
Mike McDonald,
one of the top defenses in football, number one against the run. Some of the best defensive backs. Those linebackers, those edge rushers, they get down here. That's what youth looks like. They're having a youth movement in Seattle right now.
built to win the Super Bowl. No. Look at that team.
Yeah, the only thing can stop them now is health. Like, that's one of them things where the one thing that health is the counterproduction of is depth. Like, if you don't have health, your depth will be challenged.
And they got Witherspoon back last night. They got Cooper Kupp. That's
And then they got Nick Rory, that safety that runs a 4.3 that they just drafted in the second round.
Yeah.
He made plays last night. So when I say they got depth, they got depth.
So when you look at Seattle as a team, I'm curious where you put them in the rest of the NFL. I feel like we don't pay enough attention to them. It's a well-rounded team right there.
I think after last night, they're considered the top 3 or 4 teams in the NFL.
Well, I think people look at us and say we're not. We wasn't.
Probably be number 1.
I mean, we would look at that personally and say, they were something that we can consider saying they might contend or be one of those teams. But I think as a whole, other teams in the league are like, well, you beat Washington. That wasn't.
But they came in beating the NFC. They were the NFC.
I understand that, but I think you can't dictate or judge them or give them that credit until you see them.
Play against Philadelphia.
Okay.
Play against the other top teams because that's when Sam Darnold will be tested.
But who is the top team now? Minnesota just beat Detroit.
Well,
right? Everybody went into the weekend.
Buffalo
like
took care of Kansas City.
And Carolina beat Green Bay.
So anybody can be beat any given Sunday. So we agree about that.
Right.
But when you look at this Seattle roster, and I like roster, like the whole roster.
You're right.
Seattle and Philadelphia, to me, in the NFC, has the best roster top to bottom. The only thing Seattle is lacking, which Sam Darnold got last year, that playoff experience. He got some of that last year. The only reason I picked Philadelphia over them, they just won the Super Bowl. Until you dethrone the
And
king.
then Philadelphia never out of it. Those guys have more turmoil year in and year out and still find a way to get it done.
It's like they don't even like each other.
They don't like it.
But they still win because they have so much
They
talent.
like Bobby Brown and New Edition. Like, I don't like y'all.
I tell you one thing about Seattle, they always talk about if they get you in the Pacific Northwest in January, that's a hard place to play. We've
that
been
12 man,
you
that 12
talked
man
about
coming
it.
But that's different now. They the road warriors now. They're losing with the
home.
man. But when they get on the road, it's this me against the world mentality. And they're really driving it. You know,
defense travels.
if you turn to a road warrior, going to the playoffs, you're going to have to travel. And defense travel and running game travel. Kenneth Walker the third can run their ball. Charbonnet can run their ball. And their offensive line gets no props.
And that's, look, surprisingly, I ain't mean to cut you off. We talked about the run game being, something that we had to look out for.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want them to be balanced because, if they're doing one, they can do the other. And the run game was non-existent last night. I mean, they ran here and there. They didn't get over 100 yards as a whole. But Sam was just, he was
on point.
Undeniable.
He was on point.
Like, every time he dropped back, it was almost like a completion. It got to the point I was like, man, come on, somebody do something. Jump off sides, kick him, drop kick him, do something to slow him down.
Something.
And then wait for somebody to
do a drop kick.
Just hold him or something.
Get a penalty. Just show him like, man, look, you can't keep doing this.
Hey, but that's a good point. Sometimes we would say somebody got to hit somebody later. Something.
No. We need something to spark the flame. Like something to spark the flame.
It's like an NBA basketball coach like Bobby Knight throwing it.
Just go get a tech. Send Rodman to go get a tech because we need to stop. We need to slow them down.
It's almost how like teams played Jordan when he was young. We're gonna foul you.
Right.
We're gonna let you get up here and we're gonna hack you until you realize
wear you down.
No matter how good you think you are, no matter how good we know you are, you're gonna think twice. And that's what I felt like last night. I had to get out to that point to where we didn't do enough to him to make him think twice. He felt, man, this was a walk in the park.
0 sacks.
This is 7-on-7. This is what I be coaching.
Shake him up a little bit.
He didn't have no worries last night.
I remember I read a quote from Sam Cassell a few years ago. He was talking about trying to defend MJ, and he said, when MJ came in the lane, we tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
And the reporter was like, what? He's like, no. We tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Like it was the only way to disrupt him a little bit.
You got to hack him.
And if you let a guy like Sam Darnold just sit back in the pocket,
That's any quarterback. I always said that a quarterback that's upright is a quarterback that can beat you. Like if your quarterback looks you in the eye as a cornerback, you beat.
Yeah.
Right. But if he's fading or he's doing this, now I got a chance to go get this ball because he won't be as accurate. But I can say this: him and Jackson Smith and Jigma, they was tied on the string last time.
Does he get 2,000 yards? And we don't need to talk about Seattle more, but
It's
that boy
so hard because you never know what happens down the line.
Two-game stretch and not getting the ball.
I've seen guys with these kind of starts to their season, and the team kind of is they're winning so well or they playing good football, they don't want to.
They stop throwing it to
start resting them. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's save him for the postseason. So who knows? But I think he's on it. Man, I haven't seen anything. I have seen a lot. But just the way he's doing it, I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Lions coming up now.
Yeah.
And when you look at last year's divisional game, which Commanders won, how much will that be a factor for Detroit? You would think they're going to have their full attention on
Bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah, they will.
The North remembers.
Yeah. I mean, I think also, too, coming into this game, you would have loved to see us hitting on all cylinders. You would love to see us with more of our manpower.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have your quarterback. That's out the door now.
Right.
It's just a regular football game. I mean, as much as we want to paint the picture of what we did last year to those guys at their home, I'm sure they don't mind coming in here and just ruining it even more for us. Yeah. But it's not going to be the same when it comes to the players that we don't have.
And they're a little pissed off because they lost a tough one against Minnesota.
They sure did.
And they got nicked up a little bit, but
they showed us some flaws in their defense.
But that team, they know that division is so tight, man. Between Minnesota, and Chicago, it's crazy.
It's the only division with everybody over
the Packers, 500. Are they real or they're fraud? And they know, like, Washington is down. Without a quarterback, we got to go in there because we can't mess around in our conference. So I think they're going to come in motivated and ready to go.
Yeah,
we got
most
to match
definitely.
their energy.
It's easy to beat a army with missing their general and missing a lot of their soldiers. And like you said, they do got a bad taste in their mouth. They're going to come in here with something to prove. We catching them off of a loss, but they do show some cracks. Yeah. And then one of those cracks was J.J. McCarthy being able to beat him with his legs, not his arm the other day. So, Marcus Mariota is one of the better backups in the league. So I don't think we're giving up on the season because I think this team got too much pride. But
I will say our defense, Detroit got two guys on their team. Or two guys on their offense.
I know, but really.
I'm just saying on offense, they got two guys on offense that arguably could be the best at their position. That's Jahmyr Gibbs at running back. He can do it all. And then and St. Brown, he's like the perfect slot guy, like one of those guys.
He reminds me of a faster Hines Ward.
Exactly,
he reminds me of faster Hines Ward.
He just moves the chains.
But you can't forget about Laporta. You can't forget about James Williams. Might be the fastest receiver in football. And don't forget about Knuckles that's running off of Sonic. Montgomery, every option that you want to have, they got. The only thing that they are missing is their offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, from last year. So you can see their offense sputter from time to time. So if you can get them behind, they turn from a different team because they can't run the ball no more.
Tell me this, though. Being that we're in one of those situations where you have so many new guys are filling these roles. Offensively, we haven't been, hitting on all cylinders. Defensively, we damn sure haven't been hitting on cylinders. Our defense going into this game, playing against all that you just talked about.
Got to get out.
Do you want to see a more of a base package?
I think you got to get out them smooth. I personally think you got.
That's how we've been getting at people every week.
But Jared Goff is not as mobile. You got to get after that kid.
Well, here go think about Goff. You know where he gonna be at.
Yep.
That gives your pass rushers a time to get after him. But the problem is because they run the ball so damn good on first down, he's never in predictable passing downs. Like, it's always a chance this could be a play action. There's always a chance this could be a run. If you cannot beat them in trench warfare, which we haven't been winning lately, you're not going to have a chance to beat this team because they're going to be ahead of the chains.
Yeah. And that's dangerous with this guy like you talk about Jameson Williams on the outside. If they know they're ahead of those chains and they get you on a 3rd and 1 or 2, they'll take a shot with that boy up top.
I heard that this is what I heard just the rumblings in Detroit is the offensive coordinator hadn't been getting him involved. So he's been lashing out. He vowed to get him the ball, get him involved in a week to do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things where the only way we can stop y'all is we got to take all y'all weapons away. And it's going to have to be some zone coverage. They're going to have to play true bend but don't break. They're going to have to
you like that? I felt
we've been saying that. We've been saying that for the last few weeks.
I feel like we've been doing that the last few weeks.
I don't feel like we've been doing that.
Because I saw zero.
Yeah.
I saw the touchdown that Center still gave up was zero.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you got that much confidence in what we're doing up front, that's the only time you put your guys in that situation. So I
think we need to go straight bend but don't break and try to force guys to 3 points.
And you got to hit Goff too. I know you touched on that earlier, but the book on him is if you can hit him, you can turn him over.
That's most pocket passes.
Yeah,
we saw what we did.
But he'll fumble it. He'll fumble it right there in the pocket.
No quarterback is safe when we know where they are. If I know exactly where you are, your only advantage is to get the ball out quick. We need to take the early reads away, force him to pat that ball, and try to get after him, try to sack him, because we saw what we did last year. We got them to chasing us,
but go
then
back
the game
to your point.
changed.
You said they run the ball so well, so if you don't
Stop them on first down.
Yeah.
So how you
You
thinking
think
about
that? If you don't stop him on first down, you
But,
don't
I mean,
earn the
usually
right
usually
to
we
rush
put-
the pass.
Usually there's a 8 in the box type of look, whether that's cover threes, some fires.
And guess what? That allows him to check to play action.
That's what I'm saying.
and
So
go out.
so that's why they're dangerous, because he's talked about it. Like that first down run is the hell.
yeah.
You know,
Explosives. The defense giving up big plays. Like,
Yeah.
how do you mitigate those somewhat and keep this team in the game?
No, you can't. You got to keep fighting, man. You just got to hope one of these guys that's trying to establish themselves, that's replacing a starter,
make
start to make plays.
Yeah.
Make a
You
play.
know, like you got to have one or two of these guys that kind of play outside of themselves and start to have those games. This,
like
I would say this.
like a Jeremy Reeves coming in. He's
I wouldn't say this about the X's and O's, but at one point it's gonna have to be about the Jimmy and the Jones.
It's about you. I think that's one of the things that I said. I said, eventually, I remember being on teams where, and this is talking from an offensive standpoint, that eventually you got to make a play.
Yeah.
Regardless of when it come, make the play. And I think when you're looking at some of the things that's going on and been transpired, I always bring up D Hall because he's one of those guys that I've seen him in our defense where they have him sitting there covering guys for too long.
Yeah.
And our guys are not hitting home. Their quarterback has all the time in the world. And D Hall say, man, guess what? I'm finna sit in between and I'm gonna jump this thing. And when you see when I saw D Hall be able to take over a game, he took over a Chicago game one time.
Yeah.
Jay
He
Cutler.
picked off
Four
four
bad,
balls.
yeah.
And it all started with him not playing in what coach called on the field the first time he picked it off. So now he got the quarterback guessing like, oh well, he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Then now he played it right and went out there and made another play. So I just feel like defensively for us, it got to be one of those guys because we've seen it week in and week out. People are dialing up on us. Somebody's got to go out there and make a play.
Yeah.
My favorite guy is Frankie. How do we get Frankie more involved in this
Yeah,
game, man?
that's a good question.
Because that's something.
I think the position has changed. I think from what we saw last year,
Yeah.
he was coming more in between the tackles on his blitzes and stuff of that nature. Now he's coming from the outside.
He's been on the edge.
Yeah, he's been on the edge. Exactly.
So, but he's a guy that we can't.
Well,
But that was the same reason for us to get 58 involved in the game.
Yeah.
And he's flashed both weeks.
Yeah. Well, here go the thing about Frankie is it's a difference between Hun and being the Hun it.
Yeah.
Last year he was Frankie Louvu traded picked up in free agent.
from Carolina.
Nobody is zeroing in on him.
Yeah, he was the hunter.
Now this year they're hunting him down and saying, "Hey,
Slow
let's
him
make
down.
sure, let's
Slow him
contain
down.
number 4. He their best pass rusher,
Yeah.
no matter where he's at." And I think players get affected differently. Like I always tell people is, do you really know that number 2 wide receiver good, or is he only good because his
Because
number
the
1
other
getting
guy,
all the
yeah,
attention?
getting all the attention.
Like that go all the question. And the number 1 was Bobby Wagner. Then the forgotten about guy was Frankie Louvu, and now I think they're switched.
Right.
Before last night's game, there were 9 guys on the IL.
Yeah.
So now you've got even more injuries with Jaden, with Luke, with Shawn
Yeah,
Lattimore.
that's
And
what-
not to
yeah.
make excuses, but it's a real thing in the NFL. So when you're losing games, when you've got so many guys banged up, how do you come together and say, we've got to keep going here? It's midseason.
Yeah. Last year they talked about a thing that was brotherhood that I thought would carry over into the season. When we all did training camp, we looked at this roster from top to bottom. One of the things that we said was like, somebody good is going to get cut. So we felt like there was a lot of depth.
Yeah.
So with that type of depth, Santana said it earlier, somebody got to step up. At this point, you on this roster
For a reason.
for a reason. So the standard is the standard. Dan has set the standard like we ain't going to quit. We're going to work.
Yeah.
When you come in the game, man, this is an opportunity for young boys to make their name and come out of nowhere and do something.
This is how you find the Antonio Pierces of the world. Antonio Pierce got a chance to play because our middle linebacker, Barrett, got hurt.
Yep.
All right. Ryan Clark
Yep.
got a chance to play because our safety got hurt. This is how careers start. So if I got anything to tell these guys, you're not a backup no more. All right? You are a starter in this league. Embrace it. All right? Make them never not let you be a starter again. You have to earn that. Win, lose, or draw. This is opportunity. I know it don't feel like opportunity. I know the fans are mad. I know they disappointed. But this is opportunity for somebody to develop into a player.
What's a message from DQ to make sure that this locker room, that everybody does not fracture and it stays together? Like, you get an opportunity, but also we're together in this.
Us against the world.
Yeah.
But it doesn't all fall on DQ, too. Part of having a veteran locker room with Ertz, Bobby, the guys, they have in a room. This is when the leadership, that each room has a veteran guy that's going to say, man, we got to pull together, whether it's Tanner in his 13th year, whether it's me with Smooth, him being my sidekick.
Never.
somebody got to be in the room that's saying, you know what, guys, it's on us. And what I'm saying, it doesn't just fall on the couch.
I think he has so much of he always bring back that background of that military background and
That's huge.
how guys. I think now this is what people got to put their backs against the wall and see who's going to step up, who's going to take on that responsibility, saying, guess what, man, I'm finna go out here and be that guy. I'm gonna fill in that void, and it's all about
follow my lead.
It's right now a gut check. Let me see what you're made of.
Right.
Can you remember a situation in any one of your playing careers where you were going through a rough patch, you had a player, a coach pull you aside, say something, and it spoke to you?
Yes.
I
talk about mine all the time. I was going through it bad in 2007.
Okay.
And Shawn happened to pass. And before he passed, I don't know if it was after he passed, but Gary came and talked to us. And I'm sitting on the knee right in front of Gary. The coaches always have, old veteran guys who played on some of his championship teams come out and talk to the team. And Gary looked around and said, man, where 89 at? And I'm literally sitting right up under him. He didn't even know. I'm right here. He say, I haven't seen the freaky first down all year long. What's up, man? And I needed that.
Yeah.
He didn't even know. I told him probably a year later, I say, bro, you turned something on in me because I had been cussing Jason Campbell out under my breath.
Right.
Because I ain't getting the ball. It's not coming when I want it. It's coming hot. It's coming, And eventually I say, you know what? Screw how the ball coming. Make a play. Right. He just basically challenged me to make a play because he said, I haven't seen you doing your first down dance. And then that was the day.
What year was it when Greg put us in the room?
That was the same year.
07. So I was dealing with, obviously Shawn, and then my dad was in a coma, so I was on the road. But Smooth to tell you, he pulled Greg Williams put us in the room.
He said, y'all gonna have to win it. He said, y'all two.
He said, you two right here.
We're going to play man-to-man 90% of the time, and we're not finna hide it. We're finna put y'all on the island. You got him.
And if we
next
lose,
6 games, it's going to be on y'all two.
So our defense is going to win or lose. Our team is going to be gone. Like if y'all play well.
Crazy thing about it, we won that year.
Yeah.
No.
We won the last 6 games. We was locking the world up because we understood the mission.
Yeah.
And we had something other to play for.
Yeah.
At that time, we had just lost a brother.
That 10th man game was crazy.
I promise you this. I done played on some good teams. I done played on some focused teams. I had never seen a team focused like that.
Yeah.
Like, we was on one.
We were locked in.
Like we couldn't even tell when people were hurt because they weren't even in the training room much. It was just that, man, let's go to work. After work, we're going to work a little harder. And we know the mission. We got Minnesota coming. It's either us or them that's going to the playoffs. We start that game up. They already know who's going to win. Like, we was already there. We had the momentum.
I remember you guys coming together that week, man. It turned up be a great season, like a really memorable one afterwards.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, and there go guys stepping up and making a name for themselves. Our quarterback went up. Todd Collin, the chief, stepped in and made plays. So we had guys stepping in all over the place. Reed Dowdy had to step in that year, step right in. We didn't miss a beat. So that's what I'm telling this team. All ain't lost. Go fight for something.
Right.
It's always next man up in the NFL. Want to see more of that from the Commanders this week as they get ready for the Lions. And always, thank you guys for being with us. Once again, thanks to Verizon for having us here at $28. Man, it's a nice shop. Got some fans out here. Appreciate you guys coming out.
We didn't really came up if we doing shows in the foreign store.
Yeah, when we first started,
Verizon store.
It's like, you guys get in this closet. I think we have a light.
Listen, we was doing it anywhere we could get it done at, but now we're doing it with Verizon. Hey, come on, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
It's time for Cutwater Confessions. I don't see any Cutwater. I guess no drinking on the job today.
But I do got some confessions.
Okay, what do you got?
I heard that we played each other in fantasy football, with our league indoors.
You just heard that.
I just heard that, and I don't.
Like 5 seconds ago.
My confession is I don't even know who's on my team. I don't know why I'm 5-3. I haven't put anybody in. I haven't taken anybody out. It's Jason's fault. Listen, Jason has maneuvered this thing and made it to where he going to make sure Smooth Analytics lose, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I've been cheated before. It doesn't do anything.
Is he leading the league? I bet he is.
Yes, he's leading the league. Yes, he is. It's fine. Like I said, I don't believe Santana changes his. I don't change mine. And for some reason, I just beat you and didn't even know it.
I know. And I kind of pay attention, but you took it to me. I think I'm in 9th right now, 4-4, whatever.
Well, the good part about it, I'm not even trying.
I know. Crushing it.
I'm just a winner.
See Michael Henson all over this show.
Yeah.
Man who wrote the Get Loud theme song, the jingle. So he asked you, is this season like the body bag season because of all of the injuries, which I think is a really fair question.
You know what? I like the way he phrased it because the body bag game, we witnessed 20 players get taken out of one game. B. Mitch had to play quarterback. That should tell you everything. It is, as the season goes on, and it's not just players, it's our best players. And I think that's what's making it different. You got to realize we've been with half the season without our starting quarterback, half the season without our starting wide receiver, the whole season without our starting running back, the whole season without our starting strong safety, the whole season without our starting defensive end, half the season with the 2 next defensive ends. So every time we get somebody to replace these guys, that guy also is taken out. So see Michael Henson, this will be titled the body bag season.
The body bag season.
The body bag season is the reason. All right, that's what I want them to know. The reason ain't the team. The reason is we're just not healthy. Healthy teams win. If you remember last year, we was one of the most healthy teams in the league.
That's right.
When we got to the playoffs, we were still fully intact. All right. Not this year so much, but that's the luck. That's the luck of football. And sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. But there's no rhyme or reason for this. You can't look at the trainers. You can't look at the field. You can't look at the other team. The other team get paid to inflict pain, and we've been taking the pain lately.
Yeah, sometimes you have to have a little bit of luck. We're seeing it with the Patriots right now. They're very similar to the way the Commanders were last year, right? Young quarterback, right? Got a newer head coach right in there, getting things done. Everybody's healthy, and we're kind of seeing that in New England.
And they're making the movement. But like you said, they're a healthy team. Everybody's intact. The roster they started the season in is the roster that they got right now. We hasn't had the luxury of that. Not even with the offensive line. Sam Cosmi just got back 3 games ago. He's trying to get his legs up on him. So it's just one man in, one man out. And you can't win with them inconsistencies like that.
Yeah. Cutwater confessions time, the real confessions. You got another one?
Besides the fact that I did not pick.
Yeah, you got something personal we need to know about?
My feelings were hurt last night. I got emotional.
Oh, what happened?
I cried.
Because of the team?
Because of the team.
Oh, man.
I turned my head, went in the bathroom, let 3 tears out, and came back out as a man. All right? It's one of the things.
Cried 2 tears in a bucket.
Hey, the thing is, man, like, because, I talk trash to people. So on a night like this, my phone is blowing up.
Oh, I bet it is.
I'm getting texts from people. My guys at Barstool, they are just, I don't even think they sleep. And they're not really checking on you. I'm just checking on you to make sure everything's is good over there. I'm like, come on, dude. No, you don't. Because you don't care. They're like, yeah, we don't care. But we care about what we just saw on the TV.
Yeah.
So it's one of the things where you pick at people, and when they get that chance to pick back, my Cutwater confession is I couldn't take it last night.
My Cutwater confession is we won the Halloween costume contest as planned.
And what did you do?
It was close.
How did you pull it out? Because people are not really going as characters anymore.
Right.
More than they going as movie characters. I think movie characters are what they're going after now. Like, so now you got to really find, all right, who are they dressing up as and who is she, who is he? Like, you got to really focus now.
We did a very DC-centric thing where if you've been in the city, you know the spotted lanternfly.
Yeah.
Like, those things are everywhere, and you're supposed to just kill them on contact.
I have never met
site.
a bug so hated in my
they're
life.
everywhere.
The only one hated worse than them is the cicada. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the only one. Yeah.
So the lovely Catherine, she's awesome at costume design.
Yeah.
She bought all this fabric and stuff off of Amazon and like ink pens and can work a sewing machine. She put together a spotted lanternfly costume. She wore it. I was a shoe.
Yeah.
$30 off of Amazon. So I went around squishing her the whole night. One most creative. It worked. People in DC were like, okay, I get this.
I get it.
Yeah.
I like when people put thought in it. Because I hate going to a Halloween party, then it's like these 5 people that just walked in the party. Like,
Right.
You didn't know you was coming to a Halloween party. Who was you dressed at? The dude at the 7-Eleven? What are you talking about? like you had to put a little energy. So I respect you and Lady Catherine for putting energy into
Thank
that.
you, my man. What are we doing here? The tailgate debate, Anna?
No. Yesterday, while I do my stuff for pregame.
Oh,
where
yeah.
I go to the tailgates and we pop beers together and have a little fun. Yesterday, we had this group, I think they're from New York, young podcasters.
Okay.
And they had this tailgate debate. So I watched him debate, and I watched him roast the first dude that said I was a Washington dude. So what you got to do is he would ask you questions like, how can Washington turn around? How can they do this? And then he'd turn around and debate you. And he was hurting people. So I sat down at the table because, I love a good challenge. And I kind of chewed him up and spit him out.
I bet you
and
did.
And Anna asked me, what was my technique of doing this? If you really want to win a debate, don't let the other guy talk.
Yeah.
So I did not let him talk.
Just kept
so
cutting
we
him
had
off?
like a 3-minute debate. I talked 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Right? I was on the debate team, and I won because I would never let them get their point across. If they don't know your point, you can't win the debate.
That's the most believable thing you've ever told me. You on the debate team?
I was on
I
the
believe
debate
it.
team, and I was
I
great.
bet you crushed it.
I was the captain. All right?
The
I was-
captain.
yeah, I was the captain. And yesterday I got to put my skills front and center against the youth. It's something about getting old.
Oh, my
Because the youth think they could do everything better than you. So it was a youth versus age challenge yesterday.
I mean,
and I
if-
won for us old dudes.
If you were on the debate team in high school and then you played cornerback in the National Football League, I don't know if there's a better preparation for a debate.
No.
You know what I mean? You're always talking smack.
Because you always got to fight that mental battle inside of yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to debate with yourself. All right, I just gave up a 90-yarder. Am I good? Yes, you are. You're the greatest thing
That
ever
wasn't
do.
your fault.
Yeah, there wasn't. It's just,
That was a bad play call by
you know
the
how that
defensive
little dude get
coordinator.
on your shoulder like, don't you believe them? They don't know the real you. You are good. And that's the debate that I have to win constantly as a defensive back. So I take those skills into life too, because you got to problem solve in life.
Amen to that. Well, that's going to do it for the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek. Thanks to all of our great guests. Thanks to the people who showed up today here at Dulles 28. And thanks to our friends at Verizon as well.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. The views and opinions expressed by our podcast guests and or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Washington Commanders or any of their representatives.
726. Come on.